on, cop. I don't know why you just. I don't. That was NPC behavior right there. Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another movie reaction and commentary. Today we're going to be hopping into Road to Perdition. And I am at complete loss for what this film is going to be about. I have no idea. If you guys are interested in learning more about these films and how I kind of come about stumbling upon these films, definitely check out the Patreon, because we are looking into films with interesting cinematography. You know, similar to how we did with the polls being focused on the action genre and how action was able to influence itself within the story or give a film its certain texture, and maybe in some cases a little bit of both. I'm doing this similar analysis and approach to films that I personally have never heard or seen before with cinematography here, and being able to analyze and to look at how cinematography, the motioning of a camera, is able to enhance or build more of the story itself. So maybe the cinematography is a lesser part of the main direction of the film, the main story of the film, or the cinematography is the overall catalyst of the film, you know. And to kind of like differentiate the two examples that kind of come into mind are maybe 1917 I would classify as like a really good blend for both using cinematography to obviously be the main catalyst of the film, you know, the whole one-shot take and all of that. So it was like very impactful, very poignant part of the film, but it was also able to enhance the storytelling. It was also able to enhance our characters that are involved in the storytelling. So I hope that was like a good example of how I'm looking at these films from the lenses of cinematography, and hopefully gain some value from it, you know. And again, I'm just applying what I just told you guys to films that I haven't watched before. So I'm excited to jump into this. I know that there is a stacked cast here, so this film is probably going to be pretty good. I'm wondering if it's like critically acclaimed just from the cast alone. But I'm really excited to jump into it and see how the cinematography, again, from the Patreon poll and just from the Patreon community, talking about, you know, the cinematography and its implications here. So I'm excited to get to it. I'm not going to talk for too long, but like always, guys, I appreciate y'all for just showing so much support as well too. I'm really excited to just further this as well and add some newer things to this channel, which I think is going to be really, really cool for when I actually drop them. So stay tuned for that. I'm getting really close to finishing up an edit on something that's really exciting, and I can't wait to bring forth, because it's definitely different, but it's a lot more involved in the creative process of what I do. So kind of like practicing what I preach on here. So I'm excited to bring that on the channel and hopefully bring more of that on the channel too. So if you guys want to stay tuned with that, check up on that. Best way to support your boy is on the Patreon. You can also support the channel by leaving a like, comment, and subscribe. And at the end of the day, you don't have to do any of those things. Again, seriously, you don't have to do any of those. Just sit back, relax, and get your popcorn and snacks as we hop into Road to Perdition. I did look up what perdition means, because I don't know what that meant. And apparently it means like going to hell. It means like damnation. So putting that into the context of road to damnation, road to hell, we're going to probably get a very intense story.
There are many stories about Michael Sullivan.
I love how we were just flooded with light from that. Not just a really cool shot, but loved how that white light just kind of flooded the entire space there. That was cool. I love that we're getting shots of just him traveling on his bike. I just feel like something that doesn't get talked about much is how cinematography on different vehicles can kind of really create an atmosphere in a certain space. Like the bike just being able to weave in and out through certain spaces, and the camera following that, you're able to capture that because you can do that. It's interesting. Great. Not a word was said, and I felt the dynamic between this family just from how the shots were focused on our characters here. Oh my God, is that the kid? Is that Teen Wolf dude? Is that Teen Wolf dude as a kid? AKA the Superman? Not Henry Cavill, the other guy. That's crazy.
I don't want to see those dice.
No, sir.
That was cool. That was cool. That was a very subtle rack focus. That was really cool. All right. So this definitely feels like, and I'm only guessing here now, but it feels like this is going to be a film that does the duality of what I talked about in the intro with cinematography and what it's capable of doing. It feels like it's going to do both the story route as well as like the cinematography being very, very sophisticated within this film.
Call me Connor. Call me Uncle Connor.
Yeah, this is gang affiliated. If everybody is either uncle,
What do you want?
Mr. Rooney sent
or
me to do
like
this.
grandfather, like just yeah, this is a gang. This is some mobster-ish that's happening.
Mistakes. We all make them, God knows.
There's something different here. There's people that are laughing and then people that aren't laughing, There are two different things that are happening here. Two different stories. Which makes sense because, we've watched mob movies before. I'm about to say something that could be completely wrong. Is this the Irish mob? I can't tell, like, I'm familiar with the music, but I can't tell what faction is this. Is this the Irish mob? Because I don't think this is the Italian mob. I'm also just going by how people look like.
Why are you always smiling?
Because it's all so fucking hysterical.
Oh, man. I knew he was probably feeling some type of way. Well, this kid snuck himself into the freaking cushion of the seat. That's pretty creative.
You can't let a thing like that give you cause to go mouthing off. You're my dad. You go back many years, and he is a just man. So what do you say?
Again, I'm loving the cinematography here. We're getting a lot of perspective shots that, really put us into the scene, even though we're watching the scene. Breaking Bad does a really good job at that too, by the way. Putting some things in the foreground to kind of create that space, not just for the character, but for the audience too.
Mark, you think we don't know? I mean, you've been spending so much time in Chicago.
Damn. Yo, the way he just iced him was insane.
You take him home. Take a walk. Perfect night for a stroll.
Yo, James Bond is a villain in this movie. Oh my goodness, man. I'm not sure if this was also intentional. I'm just noticing it now after watching about a good amount of this film. A lot of the shots are lower. And I wonder if that is because of the perspective being, I guess, looked at from his son, from a child's perspective. I'm not confident in that, but it is something that I have been noticing. There's a lot of lower, medium shots. Nothing is usually eye level with, all the adults here.
Just the fella.
Woo, he looks different when you know what he's about. That was a creepy shot. I love how he's dressed too.
You understand.
That's tough, seeing that for the first time. Well, you turned out. You can't...
Man, this relationship right here is very reminding. It reminds me of Red Dead Redemption The second one, with Arthur Morgan and his relations to Dutch Vanderlyn.
And I told Mr. Rance what I told him before. What men do after work is what made us rich. No need to screw them at work as well.
That's a crazy line. He said, what men do after work is what built his business. That's great. Layers. Wow, there's a lot of really cool camera techniques that they are using here. Damn, okay. So not only were they moving the camera, obviously we know something is going on with this guy. But I love the subtle connections to what could be causing it. The deeper reason to what it is. And I'm just guessing, going on a limb here, just from the usage of cinematography, that it might be the relationship that Mike has with his father. Especially with that over-the-shot rack focus of the arm being over his shoulder.
Dad forgot to give you this. It's just a reminder for Tony Calvino. Flight again.
Because it's clear that he obviously is a loose cannon, but what's not clear is why. And I think cinematography is shown so subtly here with the techniques that it hints at what could be the why, which makes his actions that much more, intriguing. Filmmaking, guys, it's a great thing.
Number 12 in the beauty.
Loving this really cool one shot here. That reminds me of it's escaping me what that other mafia film is called.
I'm a boxer by trade, 9 consecutive.
But Martin Scorsese directed it, so at least I believe so. Yeah. Ooh, wow, this is interesting. Love how this was set up. Whoa! Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh man. That is insane. It said kill Sullivan and all debts are paid? Oh my god, this lunatic is gonna kill his family. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, yo, what? Why would, we know why, but like, that was such a drastic measure. I'm so confused. You could tell that it was drastic for him. My man's fumbling and stumbling. Wow, he can't see him. I was just talking about the levels of the height of filmmaking here. That's crazy. Yeah, he didn't see him because he's a kid. He's at a kid's height. Jeez, man. We didn't even get the chance to see how his son processed it. That's insane. He's probably numb to the bone.
Where?
You know I can't tell you that, Mike. You think sticking a gun to my head is gonna make any difference to me?
Bro, he's gonna shoot you. His entire family just got capped. Are you kidding me?
Let me give Mr. Rooney a message for me.
Woo! Oh, here we go. Crazy. Crazy. I mean, like, yo, obviously, he's gonna kill y'all. Obviously, you killed this man's family. Come on. That's really cool. I was just wondering that. I was like, yeah, the reflections are totally CGI, by the way. Really freaking cool. Love how they did that. It's a nice little trick they did. Yeah, the cinematography, shout out to the Patreon. They were correct. Cinematography is very, very intentional here. You could tell that the direction of this film held the cinematography just as accountable as the, the story being told here.
So if you go ahead with it, if you open that door, you're walking through it alone.
Yep. Hey, listen.
And all that loyalty and all that trust.
He has a point. That's the one thing about being in these environments. You're gonna be out on your own. It's basically game over. Wow. That was a smooth move he just did. That was crazy. Ah, that's cool. I see what they're doing. That's cool. That was pretty cool. I forgot what that's called when you kind of push in and go out at the same time. It creates this really cool dilation effect within the lens where it stretches out the subject of interest with the background. It's called something. It's not popping up in my head, though. Man, everyone is terrible in this film. Everyone. You know what's really interesting about this film, too? Because we are still, like, witnessing the perspective of, that of being from his, his son. It's like we're following the main character. Like, we're following the protagonist through the eyes of his son. And so we're able to look into the story with a really interesting viewpoint. But it also is telling the story from the protagonist being the protagonist, while also showing other sides of characters as well too. So it's doing a lot. It's really juggling a lot, and I'm like how they're doing it.
You ought to be on the stage.
Don't I know it?
Give me some of that honey dip fried chicken and a black coffee.
Ooh, I love how this shot is just keeping on him, just like catching some things. I love that.
To be paid to do what you love. Ain't that the dream?
Yeah, bruh. Yeah, he's definitely peeping some things. That's really cool how they're showing it like that to us.
Yeah, piss too. Excuse me, ma'am. Can you
Woo! Oh my goodness. This is good. I like the cinematography in this film. Damn, that is good. Sleight of hand. Ha! Got him. Yo. That was really clever.
Why? What's going on? Get out!
Hey, what do you think
Come on, cop. I don't know why you just... I don't... That was NPC behavior right there. That was NPC behavior. Why would you ask a guy shooting at somebody, knowing that you were there? What do you think you're doing? No cover, no nothing. Just out in the open, asking questions.
We made it.
Oh, yeah, we made it.
Nothing like some good old-fashioned father and son bonding after, your family just got murdered. I mean, if there's any time to do it, it's definitely now. That's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. That's cool. That's good stuff. It's so cool that they have been able to continue that motioning of the camera while still, keeping the pace going. And at the same time, we're saying that his son is getting better at driving the car. So, again, the cinematography is smart. It really is. It's just as much as an important factor as the actual direction of the film, too.
So, when do I get my share of the money?
Well, how much do you want?
$200.
Okay.
He's like, oh, you drive a hard bargain, kid. I was like, Freaking 50 grand in the car.
I can look after myself.
No, you can't. This is the point. You're a big baby who doesn't know his thumb from his dick.
Golly. That was a roast and a half, yo. Damn. If you eat breakfast like that, you deserve to have unfortunate struggle. I'm just saying. How you gonna eat breakfast like that? Get yourself a meal, damn it. That's not the good way of being bougie.
More try.
Woo! It is an all-out shootout right now. That's cool how the actual box is only getting like, you know, punctures in it because it can't get through it. That's cool. You know, I really got to give props to this this story still focusing on the child's perspective. You know? I think there's something very powerful that is naturally happening. And it's not like I can't see or I can't feel an inevitable thing that's about to happen, which is, you know, his father dying. But I do gotta say, for what it's worth, I'm happy that we are taking time with their relation. Because, you know, it's, I don't want to just leave this film knowing that his father's gonna die. I would, you know, it's good that we're gonna leave this film with a lot more than just death.
Math, huh?
Yeah, I always hated it.
Me too.
So what do you like?
Son, what do you like to do? I probably should have asked you that a couple years ago.
You were different with me.
Was I?
I mean, that always happens, man. You're the first kid. That always happened.
I didn't want you to be. I didn't mean to be.
Crazy how, again, I'm just relating the meaning of perdition, at least from what I looked up. And it's crazy how the road to essentially hell or damnation, we find enlightenment, really, just moments that uncover more of ourselves. You know, that's obviously a very integral theme to this. Woo! Yep. Pay all your debt, go on vacation.
I wasn't.
You think I'd give up my son?
He was betraying you.
I know.
Wow. Wow. And he knew. This dude, oh my goodness.
But you are asking me to give you the key to his room so you can walk in, put a gun to his head and pull the trigger, and I can't do that.
This is real. This is real. This is real. Wow.
And there is only one guarantee. None of us will see heaven.
Woo! Oh, my goodness, man.
And if I go?
Then I will mourn the son I lost.
Wow. Wow. That guy, man, you can see why he's like a head figure. That's crazy. That is a crazy level of just like a lot of things, like an accumulation. You can sense their history within that conversation there. Damn. And I'm talking about the history we obviously didn't even see within this film. Oh, he's already at it. He's already doing it. Here we go. And I'm sure he probably knows it. This is beautifully shot too. Wow. I think I'm just saying it too, but the soundtrack has been phenomenal throughout this entire film. I just wanted to highlight that.
I'm glad that you.
Wow. He's essentially killing his father.
But then Al wants your assurance that after that, it's over.
They're probably going to kill his son. You know? There's no point in his son being his son now, because that's all he had was just his name. Yeah. Yo, it's wherever the line of power is. That's where it is, dude. He said, listen, there's a plan C. All right? Wow. We didn't even... Wow. Wow. That was cold as ice, man. I did not know he was just going to walk up in there. That's crazy. That is crazy. I gotta say, if you got like a trench coat, a top hat, and a piece on you, it's pretty cool. You look cool. It's a cool vibe. There's still the crazy guy though. I have not forgot about Jude Law. Okay? I'm afraid that, you know, we're going to have this high note and then homie's just going to kill him. Because that's the life of crime, low-key. Ah, god damn it! I knew it! I knew it! I knew it, man. God damn it, dude. Ah, that's terrible. That is terrible. Wow, this frame is crazy. This frame is crazy. Piece him! Kill him! Shoot him, seriously. That's crazy. I knew it was coming. I hate this. Wow. The way these... Oh, he's the one that shot him. Oh, wow. Wow.
I'm sorry.
Oh, man. Wow. Oh, man.
And that was the last time I ever held a gun.
That's good. That's good. I'm happy you didn't listen to me. I was telling you to shoot him, kid. Wow. Aw, I'm so happy that he went back to the old people's house. That's dope. What? That's good.
I just tell them he was my father.
I love that. I was so man. I was hoping he say that. Oh man, I wish I said that just before he said it. That was such a great line to finish it on. Damn. This was a great film, y'all. Wow. And that is the end to Road to Perdition. All right, everybody, we just got done Road to Perdition, and this, like always, the Patreon community is just bar none. They have just killed it with these recommendations, especially the ones that are themed around, you know, what the prompts are, you know, like action, cinematography, especially cinematography for this one. And I gotta say, this film did exactly what I was hoping, or what I thought this film was doing as I watched more of it. And that was the combination of using cinematography to tell the story, but to also use cinematography to create a texture, a certain style of this film. And the best way I can really describe it is, you know, looking at other mob films, right? Even Martin Scorsese, who legendary, duh. But even in his films, there's moments where it doesn't feel like the cinematography is like, you know, as primary as the direction of his films. And that's not like a you know, a negative in any sense of the word. Obviously, it's Martin Scorsese, guys. All right. But what I love about this film is how cinematography was so incorporated with this film. I'm talking about on levels that I think even the common audience would know, despite not understanding filmmaking. But even to someone who does know filmmaking, even more so to someone who does know filmmaking, the cinematography was so ingrained into the story that was presented here. Just with the beginning shot being the frame that we left off at, and how it kind of circled back towards it. And just really clever motions of this camera that I've mentioned plenty of times throughout this commentary. So apologies if I can't recall all that I've said, but it really is awesome to witness how important cinematography is, how when it's in the right hands, especially someone who, a director who wants to wield cinematography and interwove it within their story and within their direction, it creates these incredible pieces that I feel as though can really transcend. And I really enjoyed this film. I really did. It's a very, and I use this word very loosely, it's a very simple theme. It's a very simple concept. It's a story about, the life of crime, someone who doesn't want their son or their family, but more importantly in this case their son, to follow their footsteps. We've seen this before. I gave examples like this between certain relations within the commentary, but again, cinematography in this was so good, and it really elevated the simple domain of this theme here. Cinematography has this incredible thing where obviously it's the motioning of the camera. You can really control a story. You can control the emotions just like any other form of filmmaking, by the way, like whether if it's through writing, whether if it's through direction, whether if it's through sound design, whether if it's through a lot of other things like lighting as well too. There's a lot of things that filmmaking and the techniques of filmmaking can do to elevate if you choose to have it elevate. And it's really great to see the perks of cinematography when it's elevated, when it's not just, oh, it's a cool shot, when it's not just, oh, that looks nice, oh, I love these colors, oh yeah, this is a great shot on a surface level. When cinematography is able to incorporate within the script and the motioning of characters, when you pull away and instead of cutting, you hold on to somebody's face, you hold on to somebody's reaction. Maybe when you're telling the perspective from the kid's angle, you show it where it's not from the same viewpoint of the adult here, because this is the story about the kid. A lot of these shots were lower, they were medium height, and that does things subconsciously. And I just want y'all to know that cinematography is when done like this is a very powerful thing. It can move you, it can inspire you, it can showcase a story, it can uncover a lot of the deeper depths of these themes here, and I really enjoy it. Outside of it, of the surface level being, wow, that's a cool shot, I really enjoy how they use cinematography with the direction here in this film. Guys, I would love to hear what your thoughts are on this. There's a lot that can be said about this, so let me know in the comment section below. I hope that you guys were able to learn a little bit. I hope that you guys were able to be inspired, and at the very least, I hope that you guys were able to be entertained. So with that being said, stay healthy and stay hydrated, because we are just getting started.
Purple jacket, pocket full of weed, everything that I should ever need. Grab some matches cause they give them free, just like my time. Hair pulled back in the backseat.